Okay, so this is the first one I've had where I've actually caught up. I feel the pain that everybody else has been feeling. Not waiting years, but I've had to wait an actual week for the next episode, and it has really pained me. But yeah, Danganronpa to Spare Time is a fan-made Danganronpa spin-off video series. Everybody, support the official release and Spike Chunsoft himself. Themselves. I spoke like they're one person. Explain yourself, Nico. Huh?
It seems that...
The way that I'm proposing Ari was killed is exactly how you try to kill Ace, right? Through drop hanging?
Huh?
Oh, what's this about Nico's murder? Right, Nico certainly did attempt to murder someone. You want to talk about that now? Figures. I mean, I'd be the victim in this trial if I kicked the bucket then. I mean, he's not lying. Does it even occur to you to ask the would-be victim rather than the killer? I'm right freaking here. Okay, then tell me, how did Nico try to kill you?
You bitch!
I don't know. I was unconscious. Also, I almost died, so leave me alone. You just told me to ask you, though. You literally just said, hey, don't you want to ask the person that was almost killed? And you said... Maybe that's why she didn't ask you. Exactly.
Oh gosh.
Nico's attempted murder, that happened a few days ago, so it's hard to remember what happened or what the relevant evidence is.
Of course.
Well, that's mostly because you didn't investigate at all back then. Dang, she be getting on people hard. I'll sum it up for you. At the scene of the crime, there was wire, a broken fan, a broom, a step stool, and Ace's dang! Wait a minute, this topic of conversation is... Let's switch gears for a bit and talk about Nico's attempted murder of Ace, as if it's related to the case. As it's related to the case, my bad.
That doesn't sound right. Nico attacking Ace has something to do with this case? That's nonsense! Nico has an alibi with me, I'll remind you! I'm not saying Nico performed the murder. I'm saying that Are's killer and Nico may have used a similar murder method. That's why I need to interrogate Nico.
Right.
I know that you're the kind of person to prioritize evidence over people's feelings, but this is too much! Can't you see that you're bringing up painful memories? We shouldn't be discussing this at all! It's simply not relevant!
Hugh, she's... I don't know what to say about Hugh sometimes. I like her, though.
This case. You're trying to paint them as the villain just because they lost their temper at Ace once!
He tried to kill somebody. I mean, my bad. They tried to kill somebody.
There's quite a few similarities between Nico's attempted murder and this one. For instance, both used a much longer rope than was needed to simply strangle the victim. Don't you think that's noteworthy? That means little! If Ray died of a stab wound, it would be wrong for me to say you did it. Isn't this the same? Besides, you proposed that Ray's killer must have used the carousel to wind the rope.
Yes.
There's no such thing in the gym.
I will cut through those words.
Through those words.
I love that so much. But no, I'll be honest. I think Hugh did it. I'm pretty sure that Hugh did it. Like I said, it's either Hugh or Eden. I'm sticking to it.
Listen to me.
Nico could have hung the noose of the ceiling fan off of the ceiling fan. If anything, the fact that the fan broke off suggests that the force of the hanging Ace broke it, which might have been why Ace survived. I don't know why I can't read sometimes, like, at all. Oh, isn't that Wire Hugh's custom weapon? Indeed, I wonder. Hugh, what lie did Nico tell you to give it up? See, she'd be defending people all the time.
Don't be nice.
Nico stole turpentine from Rose under the guise of learning how to paint. They went out of their way to use your wire, even when rope is readily available in the storage room. Most likely they intended to frame you for the crime. See, Hugh? You gotta stop defending people all the time. Not everybody's nice like that. Even if you keep saying that Nico is completely innocent, that claim doesn't quite hold up when you consider that they lied and stole from multiple people to commit murder. And with clear intent to take advantage of your trust, no less. On top of that, if Nico was trying to pin the crime on Hugh, then they weren't just trying to kill Ace. They fully intended to get away with their murder. And in this killing game, everyone knows such an action will eventually lead to everyone's execution.
You know...
Nico didn't just try to kill Ace on an impulse. They planned to sacrifice everyone, you especially. Keeping all that in mind, you're being quite selfish. You do know that, right, Hugh? Hey, Cooker. That's...
my fault.
Did they even want to learn to paint? Or to be my friend at all? Or were they only using me as a tool for murder? See, I feel so bad for Rose. She don't deserve this.
How cruel.
That's so cruel, Nico. Why aren't we friends? If something was bothering you, you could have talked about it with someone else you trusted. He doesn't trust... I mean, they don't trust anyone right now. I don't think they trust anyone. Someone I trust? What are you talking about? I don't trust anyone here. See?
What is wrong with you?
Stop. Just stop it. You're too cruel. None of you understand how much stress Nico was in. You just saw what they said was gonna happen. They were trying to pin the crime on you. Wait, I guess you could say they were trying to pin the crime on Hugh. And yet you continue to insist on bringing this up. Can't you see that you're traumatizing them? Come on, Hugh. Don't worry, Nico, I'm on your side. I'll always defend you. I can be reliable for you. You trust me, right? They're finna get on you right now, I feel like. They are going to get on you. I never asked you to defend me.
You piss me off.
You two are a real freaking joke. It would have been one thing if Nico got off scot-free with trying to kill me. But now they apparently also have a freaking defense brigade to shield them from having to think about the fact that they're a murderer. I'm not the biggest Ace fan, but he's been cooking. Like, there's no way they keep trying to defend Nico. Well, Hugh, you cannot convince me that Nico is good. Who's gonna stick up for me, huh? No one, because I have a spine and I don't need other people to lie to me constantly to keep me happy. Well, dang, Ace.
How dare you?
You're the cause of all this, Ace. I mean, that's true, but
Fuck you.
I'm the cause? Are you a billionaire? Because that's... I gotta use that. I gotta write that in my notes.
Have you completely lost it?
Get your head out of your tush, Hugh. Murder is murder, even if no one actually died. You are defending a murderer, end of. Rather than this ridiculous argument happening, why can't either Ace or Nico simply tell us what happened?
Irritating.
It's not like explaining yourself will make us vote for you since I already wasn't involved.
Asshole.
You have a lot of gall to slam me for not being helpful when you're the one who made us all run around in circles trying to figure out what Eden's note meant. He has been cooking this trial. I'm not gonna lie to you. Don't throw two birds and a stone in a glass house.
You sure?
That's not how it's saying. You know what? Never mind. And I told you I was unconscious. They put some sort of cloth over my mouth. And then I woke up covered in blood. That must have been the turpentine. My turpentine.
Psh.
Figures. I doubt Nico would be able to kill me if I was conscious. I could totally crush anyone who threatened me otherwise. That's enough.
No, it's okay.
It is clearly not okay. How can you let Ace talk to you like that?
Stop defending them, Hugh.
Enough. Who? You are letting your sentimentality ruin yourself. The more you continue this nonsensical defense of Nico, the worse you are making it for them.
And yourself.
Nico's alibi is dependent on you alone. If you start acting illogically, then we have no choice but to conclude that you no longer can be relied on to confirm their alibi.
Yes, Charlie boy.
In which case, we will have to go back to suspecting Nico as Are's murderer.
Get her, Charlie boy.
Listen to me.
Your failed murder attempt is the key to solving Are's murder. Please cooperate with me and tell me exactly what you did that night.
I
Was going to. I was going to. I mean, do it then. It's just hard to talk about it. I'm sorry. I mean, it wasn't hard to do it though, was it? I guess if you say what you think happened, then I can at least tell you if you're on the right track. You stole turpentine from Rose and used it to knock Ace unconscious. That's right.
You tied a wire to Ace's neck, strung it over one of the ceiling grates, and then taped it to the ceiling fan using a step stool. And then... how would that have worked?
I used the broom. And, like a spool.
Ah, I think I understand.
I need the Danganronpa music playing, like when they...
In order to lift Ace into the air, you turned on the fan and held up the handle end of the broom, so that the fan would wrap the wire around the broom. When Ace was high enough, you yanked the broom out, releasing all the wire and causing Ace to fall. At least that was the plan. But seeing that the fan broke off, clearly it didn't work exactly like that.
Actually, Ace had woken up and was struggling, and that's why the fan broke off. I didn't really know what to do.
They said actually.
I hit his head again when he fell, because he was unconscious again. And then you know.
Do I?
You didn't want to give up on your murder attempt just yet. So you tried to garrote him with the wire, right?
Yeah.
At that point, Eden and I showed up, and you had to give up completely on killing Ace. In the end, there were many pitfalls with that method of murder, and it failed to kill Ace. All you managed to do was to break the fan, make a mess of the gym, and give Ace some mild injuries.
I wouldn't call them mild. Mild, I'm going to have this scar for the rest of my life.
Asshole!
That's how you try to kill me? It really makes me angry that you can calmly explain how you try to murder me, and you aren't even going to face any consequences for it. I mean, they should definitely face consequences, for sure. I want to vote you as the black and right now for no reason other than you deserve it. Let's not do that.
How interesting.
What an interesting murder plan. Given the amount of planning, it must have involved Nico. Surely was planning to kill Ace for quite some time. Now that we've all thoroughly picked apart your blackened crime, do you have anything to say? Say something, you absolute scum of the earth. It's your fault that I have to go through all of this. I'm the victim here.
You piss me off!
So say something before I drag your corpse through the mud myself. You all are right. I tried to kill Ace and pin the murder on Hugh. On Hugh? Who? What else should I say? What else should I say? I mean, well, you tried to murder me. You tried to murder me. After all said and done, you can't even say something as simple as sorry. I tried to kill you because I don't like you. Even now, there's still no use to try to pretend that I like you. If I say sorry, you're still going to hate me, so what else should I say? I mean, they're kind of cooking. Because they really don't regret it. Do you even regret what you did to him? Do you regret what you were planning to do to everyone else? Now, maybe everyone else, but not to Ace, I feel like, because Ace, we're bullying them. Of course I regret doing it. I'm not Levi. Of course I feel bad about something like that. I'm not heartless. Heartless?
But...
Kingdom Hearts? That was the worst choice that I've made in my life. I wish I had never done that. But looking back, I still understand why I did it. Yeah, they were just pushed far like that. I just can't stand being treated like that. My teachers, my classmates, my father, I don't ever want to relive what they did to me. It's because of those kinds of people that I can't be happy with who I am. That's why I hate Ace. Dang. I still like you, though. Even so, I'm not a child. I know that murder is wrong. I'm not the victim here. So stop acting like they are, Hugh. I know that it was dumb to resort to murder. I don't even know what I thought I would accomplish back then. I mean, I started regretting it as soon as Eden and Terrigo saw me. Of course. Because they caught you. I don't expect you to forgive me. Very few people ever do, so I don't see the point in acting sorry. They're playing victim a little bit. That's the entire truth of my murder attempt. I don't have anything else to say. Tuch. Nico, I don't know how to feel anymore. I see, now that we finally cleared up all the details regarding Nico's murder, I think I understand how to solve this trial. Nani? The method Nico used to murder, not their motive, is what's useful. More specifically, Nico's choice to try and hang Ace off the gym ceiling fan is especially important. What does that have to do with this case? What does it have to do with this case? Everything. This case has an incredibly similarity to Nico's murder. Incredible similarity. But still, couldn't that be coincidence?
You're wrong.
Coincidence? Hardly. Ari's murderer didn't just happen to get the same idea as Nico for a murder method. But rather, they specifically intended for this murder case to be similar to Nico's. And there's one piece of evidence that proves this connection beyond a shadow of a doubt.
This case is similar to Nico's murder? How?
Both of them involve drop hanging?
And hanging ropes off the ceiling.
That doesn't prove that Alre's murderer actively based their murder off of Nico's. You are simply pointing out perceived similarities between the murders. But there is no actual evidence that directly connects them.
No, that's wrong.
Okay.
I see.
I'm not just speculating. One of the tools of the murder was taken directly from the crime scene of Nico's murder and used to kill R.A. That is this tape. I finally figured out what this tape is after making a connection between this case and Nico's attempted murder. Why I've never seen this tape anywhere else and why it has such a uniquely rough texture.
The truth is...
It's a special texture tape used to wrap the pull-up bars in the gym to make them easier to grip.
Ah.
Right, that's what it is. I used it in the gym since it was there, but there's only one roll of it. I don't really know what happened to it afterwards. This tape was used by Nico to tape the rope to the fan. It was wrapped around the spinner to give it more friction. And it must have been used to bind Ari's wrists as well, seeing as it ended up in the trash again. That time, Rose and I went to the gym together, the day after Nico's attempted murder.
I mean...
I really did. It's because the bar's all slippery today that I can't. That sounds like an excuse. I remember that. I was making fun of her. No, really, today is why I can't find the grippy tape that you're supposed to put on the bar. That's why I can't do it. Definitely an excuse. I swear it was here yesterday. I absolutely guarantee it was here yesterday.
Stop complaining.
I should have believed Rose when she was trying to do pull-ups and failing. The reason she had such trouble was because the tape had gone missing since last night. It must have been since Nico used that tape last night and it wasn't there anymore the next day. But didn't Mono TV clean up the gym? But very well. Mono TV, can you comment? There was a single roll of tape in the gym that had gone missing since Nico's murder attempt. Did you do anything about it? I cleaned up after Nico's murder because that's my job. To the best of my ability, I attempted to restore the gym to its original condition.
What a shame.
But ever since I ordered 100 tons of concrete blocks from... Amazon. I have been blacklisted from all online order companies. So things that are broken or lost may take a longer time to replace. For instance, I haven't yet replaced a broken gym fan. Or the gym's pull-up tape. Since you were familiar with that distinctive kind of tape, why didn't you recognize it earlier, Rose? I don't know. Oh, Rose. These days I've been out of it, I think. You've been real spaced out lately, even more than usual, and that's saying a lot. You feeling okay? Of course she's not.
Wow.
Let me see if I'm understanding the story correctly. You failed to recognize an extremely important piece of evidence that would have saved us all from slugging through this whole long trial, all because you feel out of it? Alright, get off my girl now, David. I like you, but that's a gross oversight. Perhaps worse than Terrico's fish misunderstanding.
What a bother.
That's awfully rich coming from the person who intentionally misled this trial, David. And that's awfully rich coming from the person who was the very reason that the killer was able to kill Ari. If you hadn't freaked out about your non-existent sister, Ari wouldn't have gotten herself killed. You baka.
Pathetic.
Does your ad hominem argument invalidate my point? Rose is in it. And dang, I don't know what this is. Inattentiveness is no longer some funny quirk, it's a liability. Hey, just because I'm uninterested in passing this trial doesn't mean that I can't point out an oversight if I see one. Has it really gone this bad? I think my brain is falling apart. I can't even recall what day it was when this happened. You can't remember? I was under the impression that your memory was the best out of everyone here.
It's true
that
I remember everything I see. But that means that most of my memories are meaningless junk. The kind of thing a normal person would forget without a second thought. But I can't forget. My brain won't work the way I want it to. I can't draw associations so easily. Everything reminds me of something meaningless, and I get distracted. And the worst thing is that I remember it all in perfect detail. Xander's body, Min's execution. I can't even look at Teruko without seeing blood.
Oh, that sucks.
I know I'm supposed to remember everything. I know I'm supposed to be smart. I know I'm supposed to be helpful. Yet I'm not.
You're helpful.
I'm sorry for being useless. Maybe if I tried harder, if I just got over myself.
Rose.
Don't blame yourself anymore. You are helpful. It's because of you that I can solve this murder. Besides, I'm as much to blame as you, maybe even more. If only I had listened to you when you said the tape was missing, then maybe I would have realized the truth of this case much earlier. Once again, I've made a stupid mistake. Baka. I simply wanted to believe that I could make it through this killing game without relying on anyone else, that I could be dismissive of everyone around me without consequence. So I refused to listen to anyone other than myself. I thought that if I did that, then I could avoid a repeat of the last trial where I had made the mistake of trusting people too much. But now I'm making different mistakes again and again. I keep messing up this trial with hasty assumptions and overlooked evidence, so...
Thank you, Rose. Because you identified that tape for me, I realized that it's an important piece of evidence that tells me exactly who the murderer could be.
Really?
Mono TV was telling the truth that no one was able to access the gym between the time that Ace ran out and when Rose and I went in again. That means that there are only 2 people who could have killed Ari.
It's Eden and... Eden and Ace, yeah.
It's you 2, isn't it?
What? I really don't think it's Ace, though. It may be Eden. I hope it's not, because I love her. Suddenly narrowing down our suspect to only 2 suspects is quite a drastic move. What's your reasoning?
The truth is...
That tape was used in Nico's murder, and it was missing afterwards when Rose and I went to the gym again, which was the first time Mono TV allowed anyone to enter the following that murder. In other words, someone must have taken it directly from that crime scene in order to use it for the murder. Because this tape was used in this case, and because it could have only been taken from the crime scene Nico left, that means that Ari's murderer must have been present at the scene of Nico's murder. That doesn't. The only people who were there before Mono TV closed the gym were me, Nico, Ace, and Eden. It isn't Nico because they have an alibi for the time of the murder.
So what?
And why exactly can it be you, hypocrite? Because out of all the suspects, I'm the least suspicious. What?
Stop complaining.
Unlike you, I have been actively contributing to this trial the entire time. It would be illogical for me to have done so if I was the killer. Hey. Still, if I were the Blackened, it would have been incredibly easy to go along with David's claim that he murdered Ari. Agreeing with David wouldn't have even put suspicion on me, seeing as most others were genuinely convinced. That sprite of him kills me. How stupid would I be not to take an easy out? So, what if you were only pretending to be helpful, Baga? That's quite a complicated plan. First, pretend to be reliable by disproving David. Then point out that I am indeed a suspect, but I hope you all would think that if I really am the killer, then it would be illogical of me to have disproved David with being the killer, even though that would have given me an easy way to win this class trial.
Listen to me.
Such a scheme requires everyone to think carefully about the kinds of actions a would-be killer would reasonably perform and to draw conclusions based on the principle that people act logically. But to be frank, most of you are incapable of doing that. Need I remind you that you all were quite convinced that I was Xander's killer for a good portion of the previous trial?
Of course.
You all are easily emotionally swayed, irrational, and you need to be led by the hand in order to reach a proper conclusion. A manipulative scheme requiring so much subtlety would be wasted on you all. Basically, if you don't understand my reasoning, I'm not the killer because I think you all are too stupid.
Jeez, dude.
That leaves Ace and Eden as Ari's possible killers. Are you out of your mind? Why would I kill Ari? Because I thought Nico was so cool and wanted to imitate them by doing a murder of my own? I hope it's Ace. As if I would ever do that.
No way!
I'm not the killer either. Of course you'd say that. You and Ace are the only 2 people who could have taken the tape that we used in Ari's murder. But I wouldn't have.
Don't say that.
Hang on, Eden isn't the killer. Don't accuse her. Who stopped doing that? Or Hugh? Hugh, stop doing that. Let Teriko handle business.
Oh, great.
Not this again. You can't keep blindly defending the people you hope to be innocent if you don't have evidence, Hugh. I do have evidence. Why are you writing me off? All because I... Rule 10, the body discovery announcement will play when 3 or more people who did not witness the murder discover the body. This rule specifically mentioned that the body must have been seen by 3 people who did not witness the murder. In other words, 3 innocents. If I remember correctly, the body discovery announcement was set off by Teriko, Wit, and Eden.
Oh!
That's right, yeah, I did discover the body. Oh, she's too hyped for that. I'm not believing it. Well, then I suppose you have a point, but Eden was one of the 3 who triggered that announcement. She might not have witnessed the murder.
I see.
She must not have, that's correct. I suppose that would make Eden innocent. Phew. In that case, our only remaining suspect would be... Wait, I'm the murderer now? Y'all are moving way too fast. Hang on. It pains me to have to come to Ace's defense of all people, but no matter. Teriko, Eden, Wit, did you all discover Ari's body at the same exact time? What are you getting at? Answer the question. Did or did you not all happen upon the corpse simultaneously? Describe in detail what happened when you three set off the body discovery announcement.
Well...
Let's see. When everyone started looking for Ra, Teriko grabbed me and Eden and took us to the second floor. Teriko specifically says he wanted to form a party of 3 in order to trigger the body discovery announcement. We searched through every room together. When we went into the playground last, we all saw Ari's body simultaneously. Immediately afterwards, that announcement played. So yeah, we did all see the body at the same time. Why? So what I'm saying here, Eden, if she did do it, I'm not saying she did, but she could have saw the body, right? But someone else saw it before that, and then they just left right after, like because they were scared or something. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, that is an issue. Why is that an issue? Oh, don't laugh. You make me think you did it.
Because I'm actually the first person to see the body.
Yep. Huh? What does that mean?
Exactly what I said. I saw Are's body first. We've confirmed that I'm not the culprit. So, since I was the first person to see the body, then only 2 more innocent people would have had to see it to set off the body discovery announcement.
It's getting juicy. It's getting spicy. I love the freaking
Everyone's making the assumption that the 3 people who triggered the announcement were Teriko, Wit, and Eden. But there's also the possibility that it was me, Teriko, and Wit. Because those 3 all saw the body at the same time, they cannot determine that each person individually isn't the culprit. Only that their group holds at least 1 innocent person. In other words, this does not prove Eden's innocence.
Oh, Eden, no.
What?
Oh.
David, I'm really sorry, but...
But what?
Do you really expect everyone to believe such an obvious lie?
He's lying? Really? Why are you even considering it at all? His story doesn't make any sense. Ari died really recently, and David has an alibi from before her time of death until the motive reveal.
That doesn't prove anything.
So the only time David could have seen the body before Teriko, Wit, and Eden did is in that really short time span where we all were looking for Ari. For David's story to make sense, he would have to have gone to the second floor immediately after the motive reveal, seen Ari's body, and then have done nothing about it. And the whole time he just conveniently avoided Teriko, Wit, and Eden on the same floor. It doesn't bring David any benefit to do something like that, and it's just a bother instead.
There's no way David would have done something that weird, so he's lying.
Yep, that's exactly what I did.
Huh?
When we split up to search for Ra, I was alone. That means that no one can verify my actions at the time. Oh, on the other hand, no one can verify that I didn't do what Nico just described.
This dude, bro, he's like
David?
Kokichi and Nagito.
You're so full of shit! That's such an obvious lie! You could have mentioned that you saw the body first way earlier in the trial, but you only mentioned this now because you made it up! I'm starting to detect a trend of you coming up with lies on the spot just to fuck things up. How do you expect anyone to believe you, especially after all the shit you've been pulling this entire trial?
Oh, you misunderstand my intentions. I'm not trying to make you believe me. I'm not trying to make any of you believe me.
Then why the hell are you doing this?
The only person who I need to believe me is Teriko.
Bro, that is Nagito level stuff.
Okay, well, believe might be too strong of a word.
Or Kokichi, like I said.
Right? My story sounds like a complete fucking lie. Teriko is the biggest skeptic out of all of us. If Jay and Nico don't believe it, then there's no way she would. But what's definitely not a lie is the possibility that someone saw the body before Eden did.
Wow.
Most people don't have an alibi in the morning. Anyone could have somehow seen Ra's body before Teriko. As to why that person would withhold that information from the trial, it's anyone's guess. But it should be exceedingly clear by now that everyone's rationales are anything but straightforward, if the secret motives mean anything. It is very possible that Eden setting off the body discovery announcement does not prove her innocence. Thus, we must continue to suspect her as a murderer. You see, all I want is for Teruko to distrust others. That's why I'm doing this, telling such obvious lies.
He's top 3.
There is no other proof of Eden's innocence.
Easily top 3 characters for me.
As long as there's a possibility that the evidence is false, as long as there's even the slightest reason to distrust others, then Teruko cannot trust Eden. Isn't that right, Teruko? It's in your nature to distrust people. Everyone you know has already betrayed you. There's no one in this world who won't hurt you. Even the people you love will turn their backs on you in the end. You know that well enough, don't you?
Bro.
So distrust in others, because that's the only way you know how to live.
Eden, this conversation mostly concerns you, but you've been silent this entire time. What do you have to say for yourself? That
can't be true.
There's no way that I could be the killer. I don't know, Eden.
Think about it.
As we have reason to doubt that triggering the body discovery announcement exonerates you, can you provide any other evidence to prove that you couldn't have killed R.A.?
Hey.
Hang on, we don't have to jump to accuse Eden so fast. There has to be some proof of her innocence, right? Not you defending people now, Wit. Well then tell me, what concrete piece of evidence shows that she cannot be the Blackened? What about,
Oh, frig.
I can't think of anything. Sorry, looks like you're on your own, Eden. Don't defend people all the time. Of course there's no proof of her innocence because she probably did it, so don't point fingers at me. It can still be you too, buddy. I doubt it, but
possible?
Now that I think about it, Eden is in a good position to be R.A.'s killer after all. Wait, what? In good position? What does that mean?
Allow me to elaborate.
R.A. was lured out to her death with a note. From what we decided that the killer must have been someone who overheard the conversation between Arturo, Eden, and R.A. However, we still have several unresolved issues. Who would they be that neither Arturo, Eden, or R.A. noticed their presence, and why would they eavesdrop on the conversation at all? A simpler explanation would be the killer is Eden herself. There's no need for Eden to overhear a conversation she was a part of. Likewise, that note written to R.A. would not have to be faked. Either Eden simply wrote it herself.
No way.
But that doesn't make any sense. I mean, if I wrote that note after all, then why would I help piece it back together so that everyone in the trial could read it? I'm actually not sure about that. But the fact remains that it would still be very convenient for you to be the killer of R.A. No. Why, Levi? Why? He doesn't care.
Now that you mention
Given my own involvement in this murder case, it would probably be inappropriate of me to add my own interpretation. But I'll say what I'm thinking anyway. Yes. Insensitive turd. From my personal experience and from everything that I've learned in this trial thus far, I know that Eden has been very closely involved with R.A. That certainly places more suspicion on her, yes. After all, Ace has almost nothing to do with her, no. Bitch. Exactly. I can't even remember the last time I had a conversation with the blue hair. Let's not call Ari that now, Ace. I'll drop you down to F tier. No. Why? No one believes me. Why?
I'm Ari's killer? No. No way. Eden, please, don't cry.
This whole time I've been trying to hold myself together because Ari died. I wanted so badly for this all to be a dream and for Ari to be alive and by my side. And now, you all think I killed her. Why? I cared about her. Ari she could have been my friend. Why would I kill her?
Eden, please calm down.
Why am I being accused of murdering Ari? I wanted to help her. I just wanted to be friends with her. Why would you say that I killed her?
This could be the gaslight of the century if she actually killed her, bro.
Is it because you think I hated her? That's not true! I didn't hate her!
Eden.
Jericho, I didn't kill Alright! Do you believe me?
Listen.
I didn't do it! Please, believe me! This whole trial has been cruel to me. Help me, Jericho. I can't stand it! I just wanted to help Alray. I didn't kill her.
I don't think Terrico believes her.
You know I can't just take your words at face value, Eden.
Please, Jericho! You're my friend, aren't you? Friends, help each other! So please help me! I promise I didn't kill her. I'm innocent. Please trust me. Please.
Eden.
I think it was her at this point.
Eden, pick up your head. Look at me. At this point in the trial, since I've narrowed Alray's killer down to just 2 suspects, I'm going to pursue each suspect individually under the assumption that they're the killer. That way, I can see if any evidence matches up to them only. In other words, I'm going to choose my primary suspect right now. Even if that preliminary guess is wrong, I can always go back and attack the other suspect. So for now, I'm going to assume you're innocent.
What? Really? Thank you so much, Jericho.
It's her. I'm pretty sure it's her. Dang it.
Don't get me wrong. This isn't out of kindness or pity or anything else. This is only because you helped me in the last trial. I'm repaying your favor and nothing else. That's why I'll trust you. Just this once.
Terrico's gonna be screwed over, man. Oh no.
Thank you, Jericho.
Let go of me.
David didn't like that. So then. Ace, you're my primary murder suspect. Let's chat. Are you kidding me? And that's where it is. That was a perfect ending. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's Ace at all. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gotta be Eden at this point. I hope. I don't want it to be her, but that's where it's what it's looking like to me. Let me know what you thought of the episode, and it's getting crazy. I'll see you.